mean, you talk about success, and that's where I think we can kind of transition into like the present, the YouTube, what you do now. Before we get into where you are now with your YouTube, which is we just decided earlier that you're the first YouTuber ever.
Yep.
No, I think it was June 2006. So there weren't a lot of people out there YouTubing. I think we were saying like, I don't even think there were subscribers back then. We were talking about that. You were obviously doing different jobs. I mean, just real quick before we get into, maybe when you were going to full-time YouTube, what were some of the jobs that you were doing leading into YouTube?
So again,
now we're paying the bills for you to get out there and do what you love.
Yep. So again, I wanted to be a TV host, and I got a degree in broadcast journalism. So I knew how to use a camera, I knew how to edit, and I would get some random jobs with the Travel Channel. The Travel Channel back when YouTube came out was like, oh, we need to make online video. That's the next thing. And so I made a lot of online videos, short videos for Travel Channel. So in a way, I was successful. I was one of the first, online host for the travelchannel.com. And I was always going to casting calls because, I wanted to be a host of my own show, not these little rinky dinky, online web videos. And right. I had some success in the TV world, but it was just endlessly frustrating because I never had control over anything. And I pitched a lot of shows and it would go up in the development world and I'd get all excited and people would start promising me things and then it would all crash down for reasons out of my control. And that happened over and over and over. And so it finally got to the point in 2015, I shot a pilot with Travel Channel. It was going to be the next big thing, or at least they said it was. And then Travel Channel got bought by a different parent company and they killed all the shows that were in production. And I was heartbroken. It was like a breakup with a girlfriend. I had put all of my emotions and energy into this project. And all the stars had aligned. Finally, I was going to be a host of a TV show and it didn't work out. So I was like, I want to have control. And so I was like, I'm going to build up my YouTube channel, hopefully big enough to the point where I can make a living from it. And I won't ever need to deal with the TV world and casting calls and having my heart broken anymore. So in about 2015 is when I really started taking YouTube seriously. We've talked earlier that I've had videos on there since 2006. But YouTube was just at that time for me, a place to put my videos up and showcase some adventures and, send those links to casting agents so they could see what I was like on camera. But at 2015, I'm like, I'm done with TV. I'm going to be a YouTuber. And I started cranking out tons of videos on a much more strict schedule. I really tried to get subscribers. I became, inspired by Casey Neistat, essentially, and then what he had done. And since 2015, I've made about 70 videos a year. And these are all pretty high quality, high production value videos that I put a lot of my heart and soul into. And what I love about YouTube is that I get to share all aspects of me as much as I want. In the TV world, a lot of times I was just memorizing scripts and talking to a camera. And that could have been anybody doing the job. It wasn't like anything special for me. But with YouTube, I get to be me. I get to be wild and crazy or talk about hard times and heartbreaks or whatever I want. And I get to also interact with the viewers in the comments section, which I really love. I can never do that in the TV world. I love being able to help people on their journeys. The whole point of my channel is to inspire people to get off their couches and challenge themselves in some way, shape, or form. And my videos hopefully do that. But there's always follow-up questions and people email me and stuff. And so I love interacting with viewers in that way. So that's a very quick intro to how I got into where I am now.
No, I love that. And I think that's really important too. And everyone that we talk to has this kind of unique, is my internet getting a little disruption there?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, cool. I mean, everyone kind of has this like unique journey going into how they got started with YouTube and how they went to YouTube full time. And there's always that, where does the scale tip, right? Where does it tip towards that direction where you say, I'm going to put everything I got into it and put it into YouTube. So that happened for you around in 2015. And YouTube then YouTube was taking off.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different, nowadays compared to then. But like, was there ever times and challenges, where you were taking this full time and doing this, where you said, I'm just not sure, and like, how did you overcome some of those challenges? Like initially starting out, it had to be a little bit scary going into it, right?
I still go through that stuff even today. What am I doing? Where am I going with this? And I think that's pretty common of any creator. So back in 2015, I put a lot of time into my videos, as much time as I put into my videos now. And nobody was watching them. I maybe 125 views or something. And it's like, wow, okay. Then I make another video next week, 126 views. Oh, wow, great. One more viewer. And for a long time, I wasn't really building up any type of an audience. And it was hard. Then I started second guessing myself. I'm like, is this really sustainable? Is this something that I can do and actually build into a real channel and make a living from it? I think my first check from Google AdSense was $1.60. It was a joke, and it was scary. At this time, not a young guy either. A lot of people that get into YouTube are young and they're like, okay, this doesn't work. I can just go this way. I was like 37 years old going into trying to become a YouTuber. And it took a long time to really build up any type of an audience. And this is what I always tell people to this day who are like, I want to be a YouTuber. And it's like, you just have to be relentless. You have to really, really want to do this and persevere through the hard times and just continue creating content. And, maybe you're not getting more viewers, or maybe you're just getting a trickle more, but you're becoming a better storyteller. Your production value gets better. I always tell people every single video I make gets a little bit better. And it's a fun process to be able to look and be like, wow, okay, I love this video for me. I'm proud of this video. And maybe a lot of people didn't watch it, but I love it. And it feels good. And so that's how it all started. And after 2 years, I only had like 10,000 subscribers. So still, it's a good number, but I'm not going to make a living from 10,000 subscribers. And then, it just got a little bit bigger. A lot of people have some viral hit that launches their channel. I've never really had that. It's just been a slow slog of just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think it's due to the fact that I'm really consistent. And I interact with my audience. Everybody knows if you write Ryan Van Duzer a question, he will answer you and he will help you out. And that's part of my goal.